I did remember while I was running around, one thing that I did want to mention about Bethany Beach was one thing we had was the Frog House. That's another thing that got shut down. It was a favorite place of my grandpa's, and pretty much everyone else in the family didn't like it. I was a big, like, grandpa defender when I was a kid, and so I remember coming to his defense a lot on the issue of whether the Frog House was good. But I don't know if I actually believed it, because thinking back, it kind of sucked. They did not serve frogs, by the way. It was a pancake place. And yeah, they weren't very good. It was just kind of shitty pancakes. Anyway, here's the most annoying way you get into a secret mission in this whole game. This part isn't quite so bad, because it's, you know, just getting a 7. But, which is entirely random, by the way. But the other thing, which I'm sure many of you already know what I'm referring to, is even worse. Also, this one seems to be all of them turn when you spray them. The other one, it seemed like you're able to do them individually, but I don't know why. So yeah, it's just completely up to chance with this one. So yeah, this is the thing that is really a pain in the ass. These flipping panels that don't actually flip very well. No! Yeah, whatever, dude. I'm doing something. I'm trying to save your ass by flipping these panels. I'm trying to bring the sun back, if you don't mind. Yeah, every time you do it, even if you don't actually touch any other panel with the water, they'll just start flipping out of nowhere. It's really great. I don't know how these things are supposed to work, but this is what you do. This is what fun is. Just fucking trial and error for 2 hours on the most finicky thing ever. I hate shit like this in games where it's just entirely up to whether or not the mechanic wants to cooperate with you and not anything to do with like actually doing anything well or correctly. It's just like, yeah, spray the panels until it fucking works. I don't know. Like, what am I supposed to do about this? It's right in the middle. I'm definitely gonna spray a bunch of other shit, and then the whole thing is just gonna go kerplooey. And this is the game you play. God damn it. Thank you. Great. But while I'm doing this, I can talk about... well, I'm done talking about Frog House. I don't really have anything to say about it. There's also the 5 and dime. Nothing in my lifetime there has ever cost 5 cents or a dime, of course. That's just unheard of. Great. Come on, bro. Come on, bro! I didn't even touch you! Okay, one more. Come on. Just one little drop. One little drop. Oh my fucking god. One little drop. I'm touching the yellow one. Come on, come on. Give it to me. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you seeing this shit? Oh my god. Why did you move? I didn't even fucking touch you. Oh god. Oh, now it's... Oh, it never ends. Oh my god, one more, come on. Just do it. Just do it. And then after this, I have to do a fucking secret mission. Where did you all come from? I didn't even come near you. What is this shit? Oh my god, I'm always one away. Come on, dude. Please. Thank Jesus. See, it has nothing to do with actually doing it well or anything. It's just, you know, At some point, they'll all do it. It's just a matter of time. If there is any strategy to it, I would love to know what it is. Other than just, you know, do your best. Just, you know, try it out and see if the thing you're supposed to do actually happens. Anyway, I only have one actual story that I remember from Bethany Beach, and it is from very long ago. I think I was 3 or 4 years old. You can get crushed between these things, by the way, so you gotta be careful. Yeah, I think I was 3 or 4, and I don't know what's going on right now. I was 3 or 4 years old and I got lost on the beach, on the actual beach. And I didn't know what to do. And I was just wandering around and I'm this tiny baby. And so the lifeguard comes over to me and asks where my parents are. And I said, I don't know, I've been looking for them. And so This is what proves to me that me being a dumbass is not a new thing, and this is just who I am at my core, is that when asked to describe my parents, so I told for my dad, I said that he was tan and has yellow swim trunks that he got at Target, because that detail really helps. And then for my mom, so she had recently got her hair colored, and so she had like light brown hair with like dirty blondish extension, like roots. And I described it as she has black hair with yellow stripes. And remarkably, they were able to find my parents based on that description. But I didn't think much of it at the time. I was just like, yeah, that's what my parents look like, and, you know, go find them. And they found them, and then when my mom and dad asked me, like, what did you tell them when they asked what we looked like, I told them, and they just looked at me like I was a fucking idiot. And I remember just potently being like, oh, did I disappoint them with how I described them? And I just think that's funny. The other thing, this isn't from Bethany Beach, but I just remembered it. And, oh, by the way, guess what we get to do a second time? Yeah. Aw, you little fucker, you made me think you were a blue coin. I almost fell for that shit. This one's fake too, right? There's gotta be a real one in here. I think if you spray one of these machines, you get a blue coin. I don't know. Oh, well, I bet you get one from that big M on the wall. Okay, just don't finish it. It's cool. But one funny story is when I visited a town called, or maybe, do I just do this? Oh, yeah, okay, you don't have to do it twice. This boss is annoying, though. It's King Boo. It's pretty dumb. Last time when I played this on the, practice file, I actually forgot what the thing was, which is that you have to burn his tongue and then hit him with a fruit, and you have to do that several times. But there he is, big boy. Can't go into first person in this mode for some reason. Yeah, and you spray him to make him lick the slot machine. That makes the fruities come out, and you can use the fruities to beat his booty. Sir? Okay. You go like that. Okay. Alright. One more time. Third time's the charm. Give him a little taste, and then pick up another fruit and give him a taste of that, and there you go. And you do that, I think, 2 or 3 more times. Anyway, so I visited a town several years back, this is a while ago now, a town called Southport, North Carolina, which is an island. You have to take a ferry to it from the mainland of North Carolina. I was on Sirena Beach for a little while. This shit sucks. Yeah, this is annoying. You don't have to beat these enemies, but it obviously, for obvious reasons, behooves you to. Come on. Why can't I kill it? You can usually kill these. Oh, well, they disappear anyway. But, so, there wasn't really anything to do in Southport. It's like 50 miles long. And I remember the fucking water around there just looked like root beer. It was really brown and gross. The main claim to fame that they had was that they were the setting of the Nicholas Sparks novel Safe Haven, which I had never heard of, but at the time, okay, this is getting a little bit tiresome. At the time that we were there, the movie version of that had just come out, and so there were posters for it all over the place. There were like random shops that would have like Safe Haven merch, even though it had nothing to do with what their thing was actually about. Can you please burn out these burning men? Jump on them! Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking lose from just touching Goombas. I think you have to kill them. That seems to be the case, because it's not letting me... He's not doing the fruit shit, he just keeps spitting out enemies. And now he's gonna give me coins. That's very generous of you. Thank you. Barf out some coins for me. Might as well get all of them. Yeah, please give me fruits so I can hurt you. I don't want this to take 400 years. Hello? Anyway, so we went to a maritime museum. It was advertised as a Civil War maritime museum. So I was looking for, like, you know, 19th century ships and stuff. You know? Stuff that would be in a maritime Civil War museum. And none of those things were in there. Well, a couple things were, but not very much. There's a lot of random shit. So the first thing that was in there was a courting bench from the 1920s. So already off to a bad start for a Civil War museum. A courting bench being, I don't know if that's the precise name for it, but that's what they called it. And, come on, pick up a fucking fruit. I don't want this to take this long, please! Thank God. A courting bench was a thing that, a father of a young woman who was of age, would put out on the porch, and the daughter would sit out there, and that would denote to the male suitors that she was available to court, and then a gentleman caller would come sit on the bench with her and I guess fucking marry her at some point. Oh, that's cheating. You can't just hand me 2 piggies and base my performance off of whether or not I kill things you can't kill. Sir, please just do it. You know what you're gonna do. Lick the thing. Alright. Now let's take 5 years to do this. Alright, get a gourd, or a papaya. Thank God. Alright, I'm so sorry for this. This has just been a big clusterfuck this whole time. This level is a big clusterfuck for me. I never do particularly well on it, even though I don't hate it. I don't know what that noise was. Sorry, I was holding my water with one hand and controlling Mario with another. Kind of hard to jump forward like that. But anyway, yeah, so they had this bench, and then they had a Native American canoe from like hundreds of years ago. And I was like, this is already the best Civil War museum I've ever seen. Then they had some Civil War uniforms. They had like they had a not a telescope, but a submarine scope thing from a fucking U-boat in the 40s, and I was like, that's very not the Civil War. And they had like some information about a big hurricane that hit Southport in like the 60s, and mind you, this was just called the Southport Civil War Maritime Museum, and it was one of the like 10 buildings on the island. They had a model of, again, a 1940s warship and a copy of a newspaper from the 40s of World War II ending. And then the tour guide was the other thing, because we went on a little tour, even though this whole place, by the way, was maybe the size of probably my apartment. Not that any of you know... I don't know what I guess I sprayed this thing? Whatever. Not that any of you know the size of my apartment, but, I mean, you know the means that I'm living off of. You know I'm not living large. It's a small apartment. So, it's not a big building at all. And I mean, they didn't even have enough Civil War maritime history to fucking fill it up, so, thank you for stepping on that tiny bit and getting electrocuted.